We've all heard the hype around the metaverse.
What is the metaverse?
An immersive 3D virtual space.
I know the metaverse is the next iteration of the internet.
The so-called next stage of the internet.
CEO Mark Zuckerberg introduced what he calls the metaverse.
Our company is now Meta.
But the metaverse stretches well beyond the plans of Mark Zuckerberg and Meta.
What actually is the metaverse?
Some analysts believe the market could be worth $800 billion by 2024.
It is like before the internet. There will be so many opportunities for new players to come in,
giving plenty of chances to invest. In this film, we're looking at the key sectors involved in the metaverse. When it comes to the metaverse, it's important to understand it's made up of multiple ecosystems, both centralized and decentralized. But how can you get a piece of the action? There are 5 key elements to investing in the metaverse. Firstly, there's traditional stocks and shares in the companies building and developing the metaverse. And then there's the potential to invest within the metaverse itself through NFTs, virtual land, metaverse tokens, the native currencies used within that metaverse, and the metaverse index. Unsurprisingly, given the metaverse expected growth, there are some big name players involved. From the gaming world to social media giants, retail to finance, the race to gain a foothold in the virtual world is well underway, giving opportunities to invest. At the forefront are video game makers,
Building on that left wall.
with some analysts estimating that gaming could account for half of the metaverse market in 2024. That's around $400 billion.
gaming companies are certainly one of the leading players that are helping us visualize what the metaverse could look like. They have already created these worlds where people buy skins, avatars, and collect different things, which is one point of how the metaverse could play out. So it's a really interesting case study to look at when you're imagining what the metaverse could look like.
Games like Fortnite and Roblox have become global sensations with millions of online users, and in turn, seeing the companies who created them take off.
We've got so many different kind of players that are out there, Epic Games, Unity, Roblox, and we're already seeing strategic acquisitions happening so that big players can position themselves.
Microsoft announced today it will be buying the video game giant Activision Blizzard.
Microsoft acquiring gaming company Activision Blizzard for $69 billion gives an idea of how big the sector could become.
The largest acquisition in gaming history.
Wow.
This just emphasizes how much power big tech companies like Microsoft have.
Microsoft has shown that they're serious about the metaverse. And if a giant like that pays $69 billion for an acquisition, many others will follow.
Then there's Nvidia, a big player in the gaming sector. The world's largest maker of graphic cards is developing its own metaverse platform. Since the pandemic, its stock price has increased 7-fold. But it isn't just gaming companies. Social media companies may also present an investment opportunity. Facebook's rebranding as Meta has been the most high-profile move towards popularizing the metaverse.
Social media companies, gaming companies, they're definitely in competition to keep the attention of the user. Gaming companies have done a great job in creating environments where people want to spend time, which is something that social media companies now have to create to stay relevant.
Meta owns the VR headset company Oculus Rift and is developing its own smart glasses that they claim will one day be compatible with the metaverse.
Meta has seamlessly endless funds to invest into creating their own kind of metaverse. 10 billion is not a small chunk of money. So it will be really interesting what kind of level of product they come out with and how much adoption they can get from their 3 billion users across all different kind of platforms.
Meta's stock price increased slightly after its big rebranding campaign in October of 2021, but it fell off a cliff early in 2022. There's no guarantee that Mark Zuckerberg's Metaverse gamble will pay off, but they're not the only social media giant investing big in the virtual world. Chinese tech giant Tencent, who owns a 40% stake of Epic Games, may well be Meta's biggest competitor in the coming years.
They're miles ahead to what Facebook would like to be in the Western world. On WeChat, you can already do everything that you can imagine. Pay your bills, messaging, video chats, buy things. Everything is already available. In its own case, it is at least on a way to being its own metaverse.
And Tencent is registering Metaverse trademarks and hiring developers to realize its ambitions. In this virtual world, buying a company's stock isn't the only way to invest. You can also invest within the blockchain-based metaverse.
People are looking for a variety of things from digital assets. That is property, clothing, it's art, it's music. But what underpins all of this is the same drivers that we have in the real world, which are around status and scarcity and uniqueness, and a sense of belonging to a tribe or a community like us.
Digital transactions for virtual items have exploded in recent years, with the NFT market hitting nearly $41 billion in 2021. NFTs represent unique digital items, which can be anything from music to website domains, digital clothing to gaming collectibles.
Look, I can buy a Ralph Lauren beanie for my avatar.
Currently, the biggest market in NFTs is digital art, which is catching up in value to the real art world. But just like the real world art market, investing comes with a high degree of risk.
We value firsts, we value scarcity, we value uniqueness, and of course, art in itself is very subjective. What one person values, another one doesn't. So, of course, there are risks in terms of investing.
Other areas of digital retail in the metaverse are also seeing enormous growth and opportunity.
The fashion industry and the metaverse have definitely collided over the past year or so. The future is going to be where, as we spend more and more time in virtual worlds, we're going to care about what we wear and what we look like.
You're going to have your normal closet and a digital closet.
Big name brands like Nike, Gucci, and Ralph Lauren have already made moves into the virtual retail world. Morgan Stanley has predicted the metaverse could present a $50 billion plus opportunity for the luxury fashion industry over the next decade. Then, of course, there's gaming. Games allow you to buy and trade collectibles like outfits for avatars and unique gameplay items in the form of NFTs. But you can also earn by playing.
Play to earn gaming is a new emerging market which allow people playing the game to earn tokens. The difference to current computer games is you can take that token and you can exchange it for another cryptocurrency or fiat money and spend it in the real world.
Leading the way is Axie Infinity, which sees players earn cryptocurrencies by breeding and battling digital NFT pets and completing quests and challenges. Millions of monthly users now play the game, and it recently surpassed $4 billion in all-time sales. Although the potential returns are not as dramatic as digital art, the impact of play to earn is still huge.
In certain parts of the world, the earnings from play to earn games are going to make a big difference. There will be a portion of people who maybe no longer work and just game, and that is enough for them in terms of an income.
Each NFT-based play-to-earn game, art gallery, workspace, fashion show, e-commerce store, whatever venture is being thought up in the metaverse has to be located somewhere. And this brings us to our third way to invest in the metaverse.
Instead of just being able to buy shares in a specific companies that would do well in the metaverses, you can also now decide and say, I actually want to own a piece of land in the metaverse.
Each blockchain-based metaverse is organized into land parcels, which can be bought, traded, and built on.
It works in a similar way in the metaverse in as much as there are more desirable places to live or have a piece of land than others. And so we are seeing a lot of speculation, a lot of people paying a lot of money for land.
The combined virtual land market topped a whooping $440 million in 2021, with that figure projected to double in 2022.
All these lands will be developed and there will be a lot of activity and exchange of value.
The biggest decentralized metaverse by market cap is Decentraland. Based on the Ethereum blockchain, it has a limited supply of 90,601 land parcels. When it launched in 2017, land parcels sold for around $20. By November 2021, an estate or cluster of land on the popular Fashion Street was sold to the Metaverse Group for $2.4 million. The next biggest is The Sandbox, a 3D play-to-earn gaming world also built on the Ethereum blockchain with some well-known investors.
NFT, never forget to pass it. Quickest way to get your nigga phone ass kicked.
The Sandbox also enjoyed enormous success in 2021, with the price of a piece of virtual land going from $40 to $10,000 in the space of a year. The Sandbox recently broke the record for a virtual land sale, when Every Realm, a digital real estate development company, paid about $4.28 million on a parcel of land. There are a number of other metaverses that investors can also buy virtual land within. Notably, Somnium Space, a complex, immersive, VR-capable metaverse, and Crypto Voxels, a Minecraft-inspired metaverse. An alternative to buying unique digital items is investing in the cryptocurrencies used within the metaverse.
Each metaverse has its own native token, so Sandbox has Sand and Decentraland has Mana, and it seems at the moment as each metaverse grows, not only do property prices or land prices go up, the value of the token goes up as well.
Mana, the biggest token by market cap, has risen over 1,000% since February 2021, and Sand has also experienced enormous growth throughout 2021 and 2022. And there are other metaverse tokens, many of which have seen massive gains in the last year. For a more conservative approach to investing in metaverse tokens, there is another option.
There is also a metaverse index fund created within the last year, which has a group of the leading metaverse tokens all bundled together, allowing you to invest across this space and spread your risk.
Entry is decided upon by a set of basic criteria. In order to qualify, the protocol must be listed on CoinGecko as one of the following: non-fungible tokens, entertainment, virtual reality, augmented reality, and music. More categories will be added in the future as the market matures. It must also have a minimum $50 million market cap, amongst other things. The future shape of the metaverse is still an enigma. Data privacy concerns will be central to this lifelike platform, and regulation may be more important than ever. But it's going to happen.
I think we can't even imagine some of the things that are going to be built that we're going to see in the next 10 years.